Innovation, the Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
PBS Online. Share, tweet, watch.
Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Colors reveal deep truths about what Earth is made of and how it works. Clues that allow us to search for planets like our own.
Wednesday night at 7 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Hospice of the Valley, medical, social, and spiritual care for patients nearing end of life, and support for their families. A not-for-profit community hospice, HOV.org.
Ironwood Cancer and Research Centers, providing personalized treatment options through research trials, genetic testing, and counseling, focused on emotional, physical, and social support. Outsmarting cancer one patient at a time.
Today's program is sponsored by RATW CPAs, Business and Financial Advisors, serving the needs of businesses and individuals since 1953.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
A record-breaking number of viewers watched the first presidential debate, but not only on TV.
Plus, what experts had to say about what's next for the presidential candidates and Arizona politics.
And a new report tells us which age group is smoking more medical marijuana in the country, and it might surprise you.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Alex Capriello.
And I'm Alexis Ducrath. Thank you for joining us.
Monday's presidential debate marked the most watched debate in history, with more than 81 million television viewers across all channels.
I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted.
After finally making it to the same stage, it didn't take long for both candidates to fire attacks at each other. Trump deflected questions about the releasing of his tax returns that has long haunted his campaign by bringing up Clinton's thousands of deleted emails, which have loomed over her campaign even longer.
Both candidates are back on the campaign trail today. Before Hillary Clinton took off for a rally in Raleigh, North Carolina, she spoke with reporters about last night's debate.
We had a great time last night, and I have to say I was thrilled. I felt so positive about it.
Tomorrow, Hillary Clinton is scheduled to speak in New Hampshire with Senator Bernie Sanders about her plan to make college more affordable.
Donald Trump spoke at a town hall in Miami this afternoon, telling people that he thought he did very well and he enjoyed himself during last night's debate.
Well, I really enjoyed it. It was, I guess, the numbers came out, over 80 million people watched, so that's one of the biggest shows in the history of television. We won almost every single poll, CBS and Drudge and Slate and Time Magazine and all of them.
Trump also said last night was a very important moment when the two candidates were able to talk about all the important issues.
And people didn't just watch at home, they gathered together with other politically minded people to see the sparks fly and share their thoughts on social media.
While people gathered at bars and restaurants to watch the debates,
they were also watching their phones.
This is really the best way to reach the millennial crowd. They're not reading newspapers like people as old as me.
Got to meet the voter where they're at, right? So if the millennials are on social media, then let's take the debate and the race to them.
To take a look at both sides, I headed to 2 different watch parties. And I found no matter who you were rooting for, millennials aren't the only ones taking advantage of these different platforms.
Both campaigns are tweeting out live fact-checking. They're tweeting out quotes and videos. So people just watching the debate, like you and me, they're no different. Trump actually had his own Snapchat filter tonight.
And those tweets may change the minds of millennials.
They have to understand loud and clear that if they vote third party, that's great, but they're basically electing someone who I think would be terrible for this country, and that is the Trump and Pence ticket.
Millennials don't really have cable. They like to watch everything on social and get their news that way. So we're really hoping that younger voters will turn out in bigger numbers and be more informed.
Regardless of the medium chosen to watch the debate, there was passionate support for the candidates.
We have to really listen and get out and vote, and we have to vote Hillary Clinton.
You saw that Trump is very forthcoming, and he was not backing down at all, and he definitely stood his ground.
We are now 2 weeks away from the next presidential debate, which will be held in St. Louis at Washington University. ABC correspondent Martha Raddatz and CNN anchor Anderson Cooper will be moderating, with half of the questions made up from citizen participants and the other half from moderators pulling from public interest on social media. Our Public Insight Network Bureau wants to hear what you think was missed at the debate and what you want to see at the next one. Republican Susan Allen wants to ask, why does one think she can bring in hundreds of thousands of Syrian refugees safely and the other sees the threat of terrorist infiltration? Republican Susan Wood sent us 2 questions. What is your plan to stimulate the economy and create jobs? And what are you going to do to prevent terrorists from striking again in our country? And Charlotte Raynor says she wants to know about plans to combat climate change and plans to move to clean energy economy and deal with dislocation from coal and oil. And our PIN Bureau wants to hear from more of you. You can find the PIN query on the next debate by going to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
On the heels of the first debate, there is a push to get people to the polls on November. Today marks voter registration day, and organizations are working to sign Arizonans up. Cronkite News reporter Yesenia Beltran attended a registration event at Central High School in Phoenix, where volunteers are trying to reach out to young voters.
Students gathered in the Central High School gym to celebrate National Voter Registration Day.
People coming out of their classrooms, assuming out of their homes as well, coming learn, register how to vote, learn how to register to vote, and voting, hopefully.
The Phoenix Union High School District is the largest high school district in the nation, hosting a voter registration event. Volunteers encouraged eligible students at 15 campuses to register to vote. Among those urging young people to vote, actor and director Edward James Olmos.
We're making them aware of the fact that they have a voice and that you'd use it. And now that they're turning 18 or are 18, they can use that voice, and that's really, really powerful.
One Arizona, a nonpartisan organization, is partnering with the district to register the 2,200 students who will be eligible to vote. Anyone who turns 18 by November 8th, Election Day, can cast a ballot. In Phoenix, Yesenia Beltran, Cronkite News.
The last day for Arizonans to register to vote is October 10th. Go to servicearizona.com to register.
Governor Doug Ducey is now using the Arizonans for Strong Leadership Committee to maintain a Republican majority in the state Senate. The committee was formed earlier this year by Ducey and his allies to promote the public pension reform measure, Prop 124. The group is focused on 3 state Senate elections: District 8, southeast of the Valley, including Globe and Casa Grande, District 18 in Ahwatukee, and District 28 in Paradise Valley.
On Capitol Hill today, the Senate blocked a spending bill that would keep the government open past Friday's deadline. The bill would fund the fight against the Zika virus. Most Democrats and at least 10 Republicans voted against the bill, demanding money for Flint, Michigan's water crisis. Republican leaders say they will address the Flint issue after the election in a separate water bill. The bill would also send a relief package to Louisiana for flood damage that occurred last month. In Arizona, Prop 205 would regulate marijuana like alcohol.
But a new CDC report shows that people are already using medical marijuana frequently. Coming up on Cronkite News, who the report finds is using medical marijuana the most might surprise you.
Plus, why the Mexican quinceañera tradition is getting increasingly expensive and extravagant.
I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah, let that bass line move, it's good to be alive right about now. I think I finally found my it's good to be alive right about now.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
This may come as a surprise to some, but a recent study by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says middle-aged parents are more likely to smoke marijuana than their teenage children. Cronkite News reporter Danielle Kernkamp paid a visit to a local dispensary to find out why.
The most recent data shows that marijuana use in teens has declined significantly to around 7% since 2002. That's compared to the usage in adults under 55, which has surged.
Being in the Marine Corps, being a combat veteran, I lost 20 friends in Afghanistan.
Victor Contreras has been out of the war since 2010. Since then, he's struggled every day with PTSD.
Just a horrible thing. I mean, there's really just no end to it.
Post-traumatic stress disorder affects 11 to 30% of veterans. Gina Berman, the medical director of Giving Tree Wellness Center in Phoenix, says medical marijuana can help.
It's been very helpful for patients, especially going through chemotherapy or have had a traumatic event in their life, that it's now an option for them.
According to the Arizona Department of Health Services, there are nearly 100,000 qualifying patients in the state. Less than 1% of these patients are under 18. Victor falls in the 18 to 30 category, which makes up 24%. The managing director of the dispensary, Lila Power, says she talks to moms in an effort to get rid of the stigma surrounding cannabis.
They have pain and they haven't been functioning, or they want to relax at night and breathe, or they want that energy kick. And people use it for so many different things, and it's been amazing.
And when it comes to Victor's 4-year-old son,
I really don't hide it from my son at all. If he asks questions, I tell him exactly what it is. If once he gets older, if he's of age, then he can do it.
chronic pain is the leading medical condition with Arizona cardholders at 81%. The second largest is post-traumatic stress disorder with 1%. In the broadcast center, Danielle Kernkamp, Cronkite News.
Lawmakers almost always expect a fight when the subject of abortion comes up. But some lawmakers in Washington are worried that their bill will be allowed to die without a fight. Reporter Sabella Scalise is in Washington, where pro-life groups today called for action on a bill by Arizona Representative Trent Franks.
The momentum seems strong for the Born Alive Protection Act, but a year later after passing the House, it still has not passed the Senate. And now, the pressure is on for a vote.
So let us pray.
Emotions were high at the Capitol as supporters demanded a Senate vote on Representative Trent Franks' bill that would extend legal protection to an infant born after a failed abortion.
So I call upon the U.S. Senate to vote on the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. It's especially important given the notion that we are now at the dawn of a new election and a new direction for this country.
At a House hearing last week on the bill, author Terry Beatley said she saw just as many people for the bill as there were against it. But minds can change, said Beatley, who just wrote about a doctor who changed from pro-choice to pro-life.
The story not only of the evilness and the wrong-headedness of abortion and how a scientific mind can be changed, but it's also, as Trent alluded to, a story of redemption. What a great message that is.
Now is the time to change minds in the Senate, Beatley said.
It's time to put a little pressure on Senator Mitch McConnell. Pick up the phone, call the Senate, put pressure on them to hear this bill.
The clock is ticking due to the Senate's upcoming recess. But advocates are very hopeful that in this limited time, minds will change. In Washington, Sabella Scalise, Cronkite News.
Meanwhile, a Center for Arizona Policy report shows that the number of abortions in Arizona have actually decreased. The Arizona Department of Health Services reported a total of 12,655 abortions in 2015. That is 245 fewer abortions since 2014. There is a continuing downward trend since the high of 14,401 abortions in 2011. The Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce released their annual Datos report.
And Latino influence in politics and market trends is growing. Coming up on Cronkite News, what their economy would look like if Hispanics in the U.S. were their own nation.
Partly cloudy skies across the valley this afternoon, but we have some more chances of rain as we go through the week. Coming up, I'll tell you if those rain chances continue through the weekend.
5 terms in the Senate, 3 terms in the House, 2 figureheads of Arizona politics, 1 debate before Election Day. Arizona PBS and the Arizona Republic bring you the 2016 U.S. Senate debate for the state of Arizona. Republican Senator John McCain and Democratic Representative Ann Kirkpatrick face to face on the future of our state, our nation, our world. McCain versus Kirkpatrick, the 2016 U.S. Senate debate for the state of Arizona, Monday, October 10th at 7 p.m. here on Arizona PBS.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm always searching to feel like I fit into something.
We are the people that we are because of our past.
I'm just one of many who stopped being silent.
It's just proof of how far we have come.
Make sure in all the hustle and bustle, we don't lose sight of why we're here.
It all boils down to communicating the lives we live.
If you look closely, they've got a story to tell.
It connects with you in a very deep way.
We wish you love, peace, and soul.
Come with us on this great adventure.
Come and play with us.
Onward and onward.
Good ideas open up a whole new world of possibilities.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
The sky is the limit.
Where I go, there you are.
As the Hispanic population grows, so does its influence in business and politics. Cronkite News reporter Zach Moran attended the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Conference this morning, highlighting the growing role of Latinos in Arizona.
The ballroom of the Arizona Biltmore was filled to capacity this morning. Here, people from all over gathered for an event focusing on the impact of Latinos in elections and the economy, both in Arizona and the nation.
If we were a nation economically, Latinos in the United States, we would have a larger impact than the GDPs of every other Spanish-speaking country in the world.
Former U.S. Secretary of Housing Henry Cisneros was one of the keynote speakers. He says that the Latino voter turnout in this election is especially important.
The Hispanic vote could be decisive. This election could be very close. And there are states like Florida, Colorado, Virginia, and yes, Arizona, where the Latino vote could be the difference.
The Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce released their annual Datos report that tracks the changes in population, economy, and the overall Hispanic market trends. The report says that there are more than 600,000 registered Latino voters in Arizona, and more than 13 million Latinos nationwide are expected to vote in November.
It's not enough to just register. We need to vote. We need to mobilize that vote any way that we can. And I know that's tough this year.
But Secretary Cisneros says the Latino influence goes beyond this election and is just as important as areas like climate change and even national security.
But right there, with those big, unquestionable changes, trends, powerful shaping dynamics, is Latino growth.
In Phoenix, Zach Moran, Cronkite News.
The Datos report also found that more than 300,000 Latinos statewide are eligible but not registered to vote.
A growing number of Arizona businesses are benefiting from a Latino tradition. Quinceañeras are a coming-of-age celebration for 15-year-old girls, and as Cronkite News reporter Lillian Griego shows us, for some families, it's a reason to splurge.
I've been wanting a quinceañera since I was 6 years old.
In June, Lisette Ravago's dream came true.
The Italian food was bomb, was really good, and my dresses came out beautiful, and my chambelanes did the vibes really good, and my parents just looked amazing. This picture with my dress.
But all this cost a lot of money. Lisette says that her parents spent as much as $30,000 on her party, and businesses like this dress shop benefit.
Un fin de semana puede haber 3 quinceañeras.
Over one weekend there could be 3 quinceañeras, and the next 6 or 7.
Quinceañera dresses come in all sizes, colors, and styles, and the price is different. For example, this one is $400, but this gold one over here is $1,000.
There are also event planners like Claudia Morgado, who does both weddings and quinceañeras. She owns this reception hall.
You have to talk to the DJ how they're going to plan it. You have to be talking to the photographer how they are going to plan the same day. We need to get together on the food, how the food is going to get done, what time.
So is it all worth it?
The best memory was that I actually spent time with my family, and I just know I'll have this memory for the rest of my life until I have a daughter someday.
While many cannot afford an expensive quinceañera, families find a way to celebrate tradition. Lilian Griego, Cronkite News.
Arizona Snowbowl installed the state's first high-speed 6-person chairlift this morning. The new high-speed chairlift has 1,546 vertical rise with views of the Grand Canyon, giving it its name, the Grand Canyon Express. 80% of Snowbowl's terrain can be accessed by the new lift, which is scheduled to open in November.
The state park system wants to more than quadruple the number of rental cabins it operates at sites statewide. A legislative oversight committee's recent endorsement of the plan cleared the way for Arizona state parks to solicit proposals for 100 additional cabins at 6 parks. The plan would have the park system pay a fraction of the cabin's upfront costs, with most of the costs paid by a vendor who would provide the cabins. The state and the vendor then would share the rental revenue. Parks with the new cabins would be relocated to Cattail Cove at Lake Havasu, Lost Dutchman in Apache Junction, Dead Horse in Cottonwood, Roper Lake near Safford, Alamo Lake north of Wendon, and Buckskin Mountain near Parker.
There's still no snow in northern Arizona, but what about rain coming to the valley?
Let's check in with Tyler at the Forecast Center. Tyler?
Alex, we've had waves of rain moving through the Phoenix area all day. We have a low pressure system off to our south, and as you can see, those rains kind of looping in on around it all day today. And as we work over the next 24 hours, that low pressure system is actually going to move up to the north. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. As you notice, we have some rain mainly to the east of Phoenix, but some of that rain could be here in the valley. So tomorrow morning, I'd set your alarm maybe a few minutes ahead, just in case there are some traffic problems and we do have some rain tomorrow morning. As we look through the day on Wednesday, that low is going to kind of move up north, and we see that classic monsoon activity where we have some pop storms, mainly in the mountains to the north of us, but some of those could work their way down into the valley as well. So about a 10% chance of rain tomorrow. Working through Wednesday and into Thursday, mainly just cloud covers. Any storms are well off to our east. As we take a look at the rest of your day, 24 hours from now, 6 p.m., 88 degrees with that 10% chance of rain. Going to bed tonight, 82 degrees with cloudy skies. 7 a.m., waking up to that 20% chance of rain, 87 degrees. And tomorrow afternoon, as you get off of work, 93 degrees with about a 10% chance of rain. But if we do see cloudy skies tonight, we do have an International Space Station flying over. You'll see it mainly to the southwest of Phoenix. Just look to the southwest, just about above the horizon. It's going to be visible for about 3 minutes. So if we see those clear skies tonight, definitely take a look at that. As we take a look at the rest of your forecast, Thursday, 10% chance of rain at 94 degrees. And on Friday, that is the official end to our monsoon season. And then for our monsoon rainfall, we've seen below average at Sky Harbor, but in the north of the valley, we've seen above normal rains, like in spaces like Cave Creek and those areas up there. As we take a look at the rest of the weekend, 95 and 94 degrees on Saturday and Sunday with sunny skies. We dip down to 88 degrees on Monday. Tyler Klaus, Cronkite Weather.
SpaceX is unveiling how the company plans to transport humans to Mars.
This comes a week after NASA announced its plans to put man on Mars by 2033. Coming up on Cronkite News, a look at Elon Musk's plan for the solar system.
The confidence to lead our country.
This isn't reality television.
I feel like Hamilton reached out from history and wouldn't let me go until I told his story.
I make no apology for my actions. I would do the same again.
How we come so far and yet have so far to go.
Right there, coming up.
In 1920s Melbourne,
Careful with the hand luggage. My pistol's in there somewhere and it may still be loaded.
Phryne Fisher is a detective
Things could get interesting around here.
Thought they already were.
who isn't afraid to live a little.
I hope you're not concealing a dangerous weapon under that skirt.
I'm concealing a lot of things. Why do you think you could just run off on your own? Because I'm carrying a gun.
The irresistible series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Charlie Rose. As part of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU, Arizona PBS is providing a state-of-the-art venue for the next generation of journalists. From newsrooms in Washington, Los Angeles, and here in Phoenix, students engage in real-time, real-world news reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
After releasing a new video showing its ambitious plan to send humans to Mars, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk laid out his plan at the International Astronautical Congress to fund the decades-long project, which includes making humans a multi-planetary species. For their first mission to Mars, the company plans to use a rocket to send people into orbit around Earth to get the astronauts on their way to Mars. The company will send the spaceship's boosters back to Earth, then relaunch with a refueling tank for the spaceship.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, we'll hear how nonprofits can better communicate their messages, and we'll look at a program that's keeping track of hummingbirds as they migrate around the state. That's on the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. Where do the campaigns stand after the first presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump? That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
I would rather lose than stoop to that level.
I could have been a very good president. Now we'll never know.
The series continues with the campaigns of Mitt Romney and Michael Dukakis. The Contenders, 16 for 16.
Tonight at 7 on Arizona PBS.
Before America votes,
are stronger together.
From Frontline's political team, the inside story. The Choice 2016.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World. Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today. Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
On Masterpiece.
Mistress Poldark.
Be careful his uniform doesn't dazzle you. It has that effect on some people.
You are detestable saying that.
You managed to bring the light back to Francis's eyes.
I cannot imagine how.
Can you not?
Poldark on Masterpiece.
Sunday night at 8 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from...
I'm David Goldstein, owner of Biltmore Loan and Jewelry. We buy or loan on upscale assets. We have over 30 years of experience in determining values of automobiles, jewelry, art, collectibles, and antiques. For more information and appointments, biltmoreloan.com.